People wara nofsinhar it-tajjeb, ovvjament, Talking Sliema, lura ma'kom wara il-waqfa tal-miliet nispera li kelkom miliet ħieni u festi tajbin ħafna mbagħad nitkellmu fuq il-festi. Ovvjament, ma nitilfux ħin miegħi għandi lil Pablo Doffo minn hawn ħanitkellmu miegħu. Mela hija nibdew. Nibdew billi nirringrazzjaw l-ewwel ħaġa lil Dylan li qed itini daqati hawnhekk nalla kienu għax kieku ma konniex irnexxinna nagħmlu il-programm. Ovvjament infakkarkom illi dan il-programm huwa tagħkom u jien nkun qed nistenna li intom tagħmlu il-kummenti tagħkom. Ovvjament tagħmlu l-kummenti b'mod kemm jista' jkun purit u ovvjament ftakru li aħna Slemiżi, ġifieri dik suppost illi għandha tamlinna ħafna onur. Miegħi kif konna qegħdin ngħidu llum għandna lil Pablo Doffo, il-coach il-ġdid illi il-ġimgħa li għaddiet ingħaqad magħna u miegħu sa nsiru nafu daqsxejn waħda iżjed anka min huwa Pablo Doffo u nsiru nafu daqsxejn waħda għal dan il-coach daqsxejn aħjar. Imma qabel ma nibdew l-sponsors. Intervetin, Best Gyms Malta, Cozy Rooms, Daikin, E-Cabs, Eurosport, Phonicom, NM Group, Plank Group, Sound Machine Rabat, Six Leasing u Thomas Smith Logistics. Nibdew, ovvjament, kif tistgħu tifhmu il-programm se jsir fil-maġġor parti tiegħu bl-Ingliż għax ovvjament Pablo Doffo, he still can't speak Maltese, but in a short while, I think we will fix it. Yes?
Yes.
So, first and foremost, Coach, welcome to the club. And I'd like to understand from someone who has played top level in Malta, is starting his coaching career and it's starting in a very good way. What was your first impression of the club? Is it what you expected? Is it better, less, what?
No, it's much bigger than what I thought, honestly, because since I came the first day, I was impressed with all the people that there is working around, the facilities that is, in my opinion, is top level, you know, and everything that is around the club. So I'm so happy and proud to be working with Sliema.
Coach, so you were a midfielder. Unfortunately, you never played with us. I remember when you were with Floriana, a very strong midfielder, you know. How did that shape you as a coach? Was it, how did it give you that edge? Or did you use your experience as a midfielder, or you tried to put it aside and maybe start afresh as a coach?
No, I mean, it always helped the experience of playing as a midfielder, in the sense that I was not the most technical player, you know, but I always try to do my best in every team that I was. And now I'm trying to pass that message to our player, in the sense of I know the quality that they have in the team, you know, and that's something very important. But sometimes, you know, when we are not having the ball and when we are not in possession, we need to do sacrifice. And usually are the midfielder or the defender, the player that do that. So if we manage to get as well, you know, to do this kind of sacrifice to the striker and we become a whole team, things are going to be much easier.
Every time that I speak with our guys, you know, and we're talking about football, I always say that if you win the game in the midfield, you win the game, or you stand a better chance of winning. How important is our midfield for this team, coach?
Well, super important. Like I said before, there is so much quality, and the technical part of the player, like Rocco, like Wesley.
Yeah.
You know, Mundo is a different type of player in the sense of he is the one that he needs to give us the ball, and there is Steve, there is Neil Frendo, you know, so there is a good competition, and we need to try to find the best way to perform, because like you were saying before, I believe that midfield in today's game
It's extremely important.
is extremely important, because if you control the midfield, you are in control of the game.
Yes. Coach, you said something, a player that balances the team. I mean, this is something that most of our supporters probably hear, but they don't know what it is. What is a player that balances? What is his role? What does he need to do?
Well, it's the one that he covers the spaces, you know. Sometimes when we see, depending if you play with the back four or with the back three, and we see our central defender going outside, he is the one that he needs to
Replace him.
exactly, and he is the one that he's seeing everything, so he can command there in midfield and seeing, for example, the confront of the line, confrontation line. So you have to be a leader.
Yes,
You have to be a
yes.
leader and a positive leader.
Yes.
So that's why it's super important as well.
In short, he has to have 2 million eyes actually everywhere to see what is happening. Coach, let's go back again to your experience. You know, you started as Marsa Schlock coach. How was that experience? How did it start?
Well, I mean, I finished my career as a player with Marsa Schlock, and then immediately the president of Marsa Schlock, which I thank him so much. He saw something on me because I was working with the nursery as a coach in that moment, and they offered me the job when we were in Challenge League. That year we did really well and we got promoted, and the second year we were safe in the Premier League, and we arrived to the final of the trophy, which we lost against Birkirkara. But it was an amazing experience because it was my first experience with a senior team, and they provided me with everything that I needed to do a good job.
Yes. And so you mentioned the final. Sometimes even this, supporters need to understand what is the difference between playing a league game and playing a trophy game, where you can't do a mistake. You know, it's sudden death. Something happens, you're out of the competition. How does a coach prepare even a final, which is an extremely difficult game, and a game that needs to be, you know, how can I say, dealt with particularly?
In my opinion, I mean, if you arrive to the final, it's because you did something good. So there isn't that
Yes,
much to touch in the
agreed.
tactical part. I mean, you arrive there with a style of playing, and that's important. What you need to work is on the emotional part of the player, in my opinion. So it's important to motivate them to understand that this may be one chance in your lifetime. You know? So you need to take it and you need to do your best. And that final that we play and we lost against Birkirkara, I remember that our player gave their 100%, and it was a very, very close game decided by detail.
Yes.
So it's painful because you lose a final, and it's never easy. But when you see that your player gave their 100%, you know, you understand that you did a good job.
Yes, you go to sleep properly without any problems. And nitkellmu da xejn fuq l-sponsors. L-sponsors huma Intervetin, Best Gyms Malta, Cozy Rooms, Daikin, E-Cabs, Eurosport, Phonicom, NM Group, Plank Group, Sound Machine Rabat u Six Leasing u fl-aħħar Fomesmet Logistics. Ħanaraw daqsxejn waħda x'inhu ma jgħidu il-ħbib tagħna ħanfittex daqsxejn waħda l-stream li għaddejjin bħalissa għax il-computer tiegħi anzi il-tablet tiegħi iddeċida illi jieħu break għandna lil Terence Muscat illi qed jara il-programm manka lil Pierre il-Peanuts illi dejjem ikun qiegħed magħna. Terence jgħid forza Sliema. Jien bad biċċa messaġġ biex niċċekkja l-sistema qed joħorġu biex nkun onest magħkom u Jake Cambry ipoġġi qalb blu nirringrazzjak Jake, nirringrazzja li dejjem li tkun qiegħed hawnhekk. Franco Aloisio ħabib personali tiegħi jiena għadni ma insejtx illi jiena u inti għandna bżonn nimmorru nieħdu dak il-kafè ġifieri believe me hija frasi. Bħalma dejjem ngħidilkom ħallu ovvjament il-kummenti tagħkom Jake Cambry, Mark Serge, Forza Sliema, għandna ħafna nies illi qegħdin jarawna bħalissa. Ħanaraw daqsxejn waħda fuq YouTube x'inhuwa jiġri wkoll fuq YouTube għaw in-nies illi qegħdin jarawna wkoll nirringrazzjawkom imma wkoll fl-istess ħin hemm kummenti bħalissa qatt ma' xejn. Nerġgħu nduru nkomplu nitkellmu mal-coach. Obviously, very obviously, coach, when I'm talking with supporters, I change to Maltese, you know? So, what happened now? What changed? How did Sliema happen all of a sudden, like this?
I mean, it happened everything so fast that I couldn't believe it in the sense of on Monday, last Monday, I received a phone call, you know, from the committee at around the evening, late, and they told me about the possibility.
They woke you up, coach.
No. They told me about the possibility of coaching Sliema. You know, I was aware that because they were fair with me and they told me that I was among other names. And then on Tuesday, I had a meeting with them. Then they told me that they were going to get back to me for good or for bad, you know, because they were super honest. And then on Wednesday they told me that it was me. So imagine I was living in Gozo at that moment with my wife, so we were excited, you know. Of course. And then the first thing that I told her, I need to go there because, like I said in a previous interview, when Sliema called you, you cannot say no.
Of course.
So I came here on Wednesday. Everyone in the club, they did their best to how can I say, not to understand the club as soon as possible because then on Saturday we were having the game against Hamrun. The technical staff is fantastic. I mean, they did all the job. The only thing that I wanted at all costs, it was to be on the bench on Saturday because I wanted to be close to the players, you know, I wanted to put my face. I told the players, I'm going to do my best to be there. And it was not an easy game, but I wanted to take that responsibility, you know, I wanted to take it from the player and put it on me because I believe that that's the way.
Yes. And what surprised you most about this team? What is that one thing, you know, that when you came into the dressing room, you understood, you said, okay, this is good.
That they are a fantastic group, that there is so much quality in the team, and that they were hurt for what it happened, you know. Many times we think that the player, they don't care or something, but when I entered in the dressing room, I found a group that they were sad, and they needed the confidence back. So that's what I was trying to do. And they understood that, and on Saturday they had a very good performance, in my opinion. I told them that I feel pity for them because they deserve something else.
Yes.
But that's the way.
We're going to talk about that game because I think that we saw a lot of good things, you know, that we can work on for the future. So for those of us who do not know the style of play of Pablo Doffo, what should the supporter expect from the style of play that Coach Pablo Doffo is going to put the team on the pitch?
Well, a team that try to play nice football, you know, that they have to be aggressive. I like to see the player that they have the freedom to play because, like I always say to the player, my job is to to try to give them option to arrive to the final third, but then when they are in the final third, they need to have the freedom to do what they like, in the sense and with an idea, you know, in a structure. So, but then as soon as we lose the ball, I want to see a team that is compact, because I believe that that's something that I really like it from the Sliema of last season.
Yes.
You know, that they were very solid, that it was a team that it was very difficult to score a goal, and that was the key that, you know, with the quality that we have in our team, I believe that if we manage to do that, a goal we will have the possibility to score. For example, against Cameroon, last game.
We did score, actually.
We did score. I don't want to say something that I can. But then we created our chances as well. And nowadays the games are so balanced, you know, that when you have this kind of chances, you need to score it.
Yes.
Because it made a huge difference.
Yes, actually, I want to talk to you about this. I mean, since you have been away from Premier League, I think that the difference between the clubs is much shorter. Actually, before we were talking, before the program started, actually we were talking, and I told you I think that we got the worst team possible to start the campaign, the opening campaign in the coming weekend. Actually, Friday coming. Is it something that it is real? You're seeing it, that the difference is minor between the teams, or is it something that we like to say because we all the teams in Premier, I mean, not only Sliema, maybe we're not obtaining, you know, the objectives faster like we did in the past?
I completely agree with you in the sense of that it's a fact that nowadays the team are much balanced than before. We were discussing with some players today about that we know that we have the responsibility of winning all the games here in Sliema, but we cannot pretend that because we are going to play against a team that maybe they don't have the history of Sliema is going to be easy. Not at all. In fact, we were analyzing with the technical staff Sabar, and I can tell you that on Friday is going to be a very, very, very difficult game.
Yeah,
so we need to try to do our best, not to underestimate anyone, and to be ready for that mentally and physically, you know, because it's going to be tough.
Sponsors. Intervetted. Best Gyms Malta. Cozy Rooms. Daikin. E-Cabs. Eurosport. Phonicom. NM Group. Plank Group. Sound Machine Rabat. Sixth Leasing. U Thomas Smith Logistics, palma dejjem ngħidilkom dawn huma n-nies illi jinvestu fil-klab tagħkom jekk ilkolkom bżonn xi servizz illi joffru dawn in-nies għal xiex le ejja nagħtuhom priorità għax dawn huma n-nies illi qegħdin jonfqu l-flus, ġifieri dak illi intom tkunu qegħdin tonfqu huwa finalment investiment anka fil-klab tagħkom. Jien qiegħed nara daqsxejn waħda hawnhekk illi komplew jiżdiedu n-nies li qegħdin jaraw il-programm qiegħed nipprova nara min kellimna qed nara kumment illi vera qed nieħu gost bih il-kumment tal-President Proset Rupert and welcome coach. Our club president is sending a message. I mean, the club we're lucky. Our president, he is a supporter more than anything, you know. So that gives us an edge when it comes to these things. Joseph Abdullah, Forza Sliema, Nila Bela, welcome coach. So yeah, coach, you were received with an open hand, so let's see.
That's good. I think so.
Yeah. Let's see if there are any messages on YouTube. No messages on YouTube, so we can continue discussing football. For me, football, the most beautiful game on the planet. So, again, as I told you, I remember you as a coach. You were a very strong player, you know, that always was always on the pitch, always concentrated. But your experience as a player, did it even form you as a coach in the sense of, is that kind of mentality that you had as a player still within Coach Pablo Doffo now?
The mentality is mine. I mean, because
Yes,
I always...
you are born with it.
Yeah. But to become a coach, you need to study.
Yep.
To become a coach, you need to study. I mean, we did all the courses. I just finished recently the UEFA Pro, which it was a fantastic experience. I don't believe that because you play football, you know how to coach. I don't believe in that. What I believe that the fact that you were playing, you can understand better the feeling of the player.
The dynamics of the game.
Especially, you know, when we are in the dressing room, because nowadays, what I believe, it's not about coaching and teaching them how to play at the senior level, but it's managing the people.
Yes.
You know, there are 25 players, different nationality, different egos, you know.
Yes.
So you need to be the one that...
that balances everything.
Bravo, exactly, that balance everything, and they need to understand that this is a sport that we play with 11 players.
Yes.
It's not a tennis that you play individual, so we need to put all the sacrifice together, and then the result will come.
So I am imagining you on Wednesday going inside the dressing room for your first meeting with the players. I think you were looking at the faces, you know, and when you were looking at those faces, you know, by the way, we have a very nice dressing room, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. When you were looking at those faces, what were the words that you used so that you take them out of the sweet game?
That they are good. That they are super good. That they need to believe in themselves, because I know what I'm saying. They are super good. I told them that they surprised me, because one thing is seeing, you know, videos or hearing comments, but then when I saw them in training, I told them you need to believe in yourself, because the quality is there, and then they prove it and they show it in the game against Hamrun. So we need to keep on that and that way.
Yes.
And we need to be prepared when the difficult times will come, because that's normal.
Yes.
I mean, we need to understand that there is one way that we need to follow in good and in bad times, you know. So
Yes.
I have a big hope that we are going to do really well.
So hearing you talk, I mean, it makes me, even me, you know, make me feel better, you know. But you know how it is. We like, we particularly supporters, we like giving weight, you know, percentages. So if you today need to say what percentage did we reach in our potential, what would be there? I mean, 60, 70%, we have a lot to go.
It will not be fair if I say that, because I don't know previously, you know. So from what I'm seeing, there is a lot of potential, and there is a big room of improvement. So I believe that with more work and getting a positive result, that will make an impact on us, because will give us more confidence to the player and the possibility to perform in a better way. I always say one thing that is super important, that when you play at your 100% and you give your maximum and people see that, it's very difficult that someone will tell you something.
Of course.
So especially you saw losing in Sliema is never good.
No.
But the people that were there watching us, they saw that the team, they gave their 100%. And in fact, I heard positive things about it. So
yes.
we need to do that.
Let's talk about the game against Hamrun. I think that it was a game where there were 5 or 6 different games within one game. I think the first 10, 15 minutes, it was Hamrun. They were trying to take possession. They were really on us. And I was even, you know, talking with friends and telling them, we just need to pass these first 10 minutes, you know, because, you know, this is what I expected it, to be honest with you. Then we started going into the game, and unfortunately we got a goal, which was, you know, having said that, I have to say their center forward did a very good goal, you know, because he passed the ball between a few legs and a couple of hands as well. So he was good at that stage. But I think we conceded the goal at the best time of the game for us at that moment. Hamroon had another chance soon after, and Rashid was good at that point, to keep us in the game. But soon after that, again, we switched on and we started dictating the game. Not only we started dictating the game. And I think it went on until the end of the game, because even in the beginning of the second half, I think we were dictating the game. Maybe Hamroon wanted to wait for us a little bit, maybe, I don't know, but we were dictating the game. We even scored, actually. But if Coach Doffo today goes back, and he needs to change something from what was done during that game, would there be anything that you would change?
No, I don't think so. Because the team understood really well what we needed to do, and it was decided just by that goal, Because, for example, I agree with you, and we saw it from the bench as well, that the first 10-15 minutes was very difficult.
Yes.
Because they came on us, and maybe because the player, they were still thinking about the difficult week that they were passing, but slowly they saw that it was possible. If you remember well, when we were 0-0, Vitor, he gets a chance.
Yes, you
in
are
the small
totally
box
right.
that
Yes.
we miss it. So if maybe we scored that goal, the game was totally different. But then we concede the goal in our best moment, and in the second half we try our best.
Yeah.
In fact, at one point we sent Rashid for a free kick because we wanted to score a goal and get the point that we deserved.
Yes, at the end of the day, I don't think that if we would have scored a goal, we would have taken something away. I think it would have been fair, but whatever the case. Let me see what our supporters are saying so that we give attention to our supporters. Guys, every now and then I just need to refresh Facebook so that I can see what you guys are saying. Gianni Zerafa, welcome coach. Simon Falucha, coach, keep the focus. Jace Kempri, champion Doffo. You have a lot of supporters, coaches. You have a lot of supporters. Let me see the top comments. I have spoke about them, all of them. So yeah, okay.
You can read the negative as well. Eh?
No. To be honest with you,
part of this.
Listen, coach. You know what? Believe me, if we will start not doing well, there will be.
Yeah.
We are Sliema,
No.
I mean,
and I understand.
Yes.
I'm a supporter as well, so I know their feeling.
Yes. So, an Argentinian in Malta, okay? How difficult is it now you're half Maltese, come on, coach.
Yeah.
You've been here for, I don't know how many years, 15 years,
Vera.
20 years, how many
20 years?
20 years you have been in Malta. But how difficult it is for an Argentinian to, even though, to be honest, I think we are very passionate like Argentinians, So I think that you guys, Argentinians, are very close to the Mediterraneans, passionate family, But how difficult was it, right, to settle yourself,
No, it was not that difficult. I mean, the only thing that it was difficult for me, it was the language, because in that moment when I arrived here, it was June 2006,
Mm-hmm.
and I only speak Spanish in that moment. But then the people here are really nice, the food is very similar to what we have in Argentina, because many of us, we are coming from Italy, our grandparents, exactly.
Yes.
So it was not something difficult for me, and I love the country, I love the people, and I love everything here.
Let me see another couple of comments that I'm seeing. Nila Bela, was there a video evidence of the foul on Mbong that led to the goal? Neither from the pitch nor from the TV it was clear. So, Neil, what happened was that for that match, we did not have video evidence on the bench, okay? Because there was no live streaming during the first half of our game. So truly and honestly, we had no opportunity to see again why the referee has clearly removed the goal. Having said that, every goal that is scored with video assist, every goal is going to be reviewed. They are reviewed even if you call for VAR or not. It is reviewed. And during that review, the referee, the fourth official, asked the referee to have a look at it because from his opinion, he thought that in the beginning of the action, before we actually scored, Mbong was fouled. Having said that, we are a little bit, how can I say? We disagreed. Let's put it that way. We disagreed at that time, because we did not think that happened actually. But no, there was not, how can I say? It's not Hamrun that called for video evidence, okay? It was not Hamrun. Because even if they did not have video assist, maybe they could have called for it, but without video assist, in the sense of they did not have the possibility of seeing the action themselves, Maybe, how can I say, Mbong told them, listen, I was fouled in the middle of the pitch, and they could have played the card, which did not happen actually. Stephen Camilleri, whilst agreeing with you that history does not give you an advantage over your opponents, history is what formed this great club. And certainly we did not expect to lose to Sweetie or getting beaten 4-0 against Nashar. You are an RG. You are bad losers just like some of us are. Okay, yes, yeah. We, Argentinians are bad losers just like us, yes. So don't worry. Steve, thank you for your comment as always. It's always nice to see you here. Steve is one of those dieharders, that can't take not even a draw. So, and that should be what happens with Sliema, because we are Sliema. So, Coach, we are towards the end of the program. If you today had to give a message to Sliema supporters, what would be this message? I mean, it's all there for you.
That they need to come and stay near the player, that we need your support, especially, the players, that they are trying their best, that I can see them, daily, and that we are doing our best to perform and to get in the position that this club deserves.
So, thank you very much, Coach. Thank you for these 30 minutes. I think that during this half an hour, we got to know you a little bit better, I mean, now we know Filippo Poggi is watching as well, our physiotherapist. You see that we got him. He's watching.
Filippo.
No. Actually, I think we are. We really are lucky because we have a very good technical team in all its entirety. Paolo, Filippo,
all the technical staff. They are doing an amazing job.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Very obviously, I will see you next Friday for the game, and let's hope for the best.
We hope so.
Bibs Nemizi, l-appuntament tiegħi magħkom huwa għal nhar il-ġimgħa li ġejja l-logħba kontra ħassabbar logħba li hija super importanti, l-logħba li se tintlab nhar il-ġimgħa li ġej. Ovvjament, mbagħad nhar l-erbgħa nerġgħu nkunu qegħdin hawnhekk biex nerġgħu nkunu qegħdin nitkellmu ma' xi ħadd li jew kien fil-passat importanti għal dan il-klabb jew inkella illi illum huwa importanti f'dan il-klabb. Mela, narakom l-istadium nhar il-ġimgħa li ġej u mbagħad ovvjament nhar l-erbgħa fis-7 ta' filgħaxija nerġgħu nkunu hawnhekk għal Talking Sliema. Sakemm nerġgħu niltaqgħu, ċaw.